infrastructure. The key target for the government deliverable for the first 100 days was the reconditioning of roads to ensure that they are pliable to create access and boost economic activities.
My name is Bill Mason, one of the dialysis patients from GFK Hospital. I've been taking treatment at the dialysis center for over 5 months. The fees we are paying is very costly. It's not easy. We are struggling. $95 per session. In small, we are scheduled 3 times a week for me. I can go for the treatment 3 times in a week. So I'm paying the 95 times 3, and then the 2 injection we are taking is about $25 for 2. So the 25 times 3 days is about 75 plus the 200 plus. So I paid $360 every week for the treatment. It is not easy. We can lobby, we can beg people to help. And then after paying this money, the nurses will come and tell us there's no material. And they report from the CEO office that there's no material, we should go home. After paying the money, take the receipt from us and tell us to go home, there's no material. It's not the first time, it's not the second time. And for every time the place run out of material, we can break down. And when we break down the recover, it's not easy. This is how small friends are losing their life. We are struggling. So we came to the media to please help and call the government attention to intervene. We are dying. We are struggling. We are young people that have families to locate to. It is not easy. So the government had to please come in. Bend to the CEO of a serious son. The CEO is one that her name, Dr. Linda A. Brecht from GFK here. We been to her office several times, but nothing, no change. There's no change. For every time we go, sometimes she will hire herself from us. We'll not see her. Sometimes she will only come and talk to her for a minute and go about her business.
Whatever the Council of Churches has done, they have done it against certain group of leaders. For example, in recent time, it was against President Weah when they were in support of the late Charles Bronski, Charles Walker Bronski, and they came up with so many large vision. But fortunately, George Weah came out as a leader. Again, George Weah, when he became president, he also tried to align himself with the leadership of the Council of Churches. Now you can see that they are already supporting President Bouaka in order that during the next election, that a lot of people will not go the way of other presidents. That's why they decided to honor the quote-unquote speaker who has admitted and agreed from your show yesterday that every problem for the past 6 months in the House of Representatives, they caused that problem.
These people didn't even listen to their own priest and bishop. A bishop called operational and said, I want you to stick by the speaker. He said, Bishop, leading are politics, they're not religion. So if they can't listen to their confessors, if they can't listen to the people, their minds were already made up. And their mind wasn't made up against the bishop or against George Weah. It was made up against me. Whatever fault that I had was my fault. They didn't want to come back and return to me. The bishop that went to the parishioner and said, stick by Kofa, and he said, look, they think that politics, you leave it, they're not religion. Absolutely. I support the return of President George Manuel Weah, not because he's my Sasnabo. When I say he's my Sasnabo, I talk about personal affinity. I support his return because we have seen various styles and various types of leadership in Liberia. And I think the populist type of leadership that President Weah brought to the table, I'm not saying the government was perfect. I think it was one that brought healing and reconciliation to this country. And I long for those days.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Good to have you on, Matilda Stevens. Yes, thanks for the concern. Yes, hope that you are faring well too from your end, Matilda Stevens. We had a very wonderful weekend. Once God is hovering us, we are excited. Surely he never faltered on his promises to us. So yes, good. Hope that you had a wonderful weekend too, and good to have you back on the show. Good to see you on the show, Matilda Stevens, Andrew Woods, Jack Coley, that's Jack Foley, Tombi Kai, Benson, Dario Victor, James Lenyon, Navarros M, Kaka Bear, Bapin Paul Lee, Peter Goldchild Toll, Tom Williams, Masari Abdullahi, Otaku Kaha, Andrew Woods, Lawrence Sherman, Jackson C. Pony, Iron Factory, Block C community member of Block 13 Intellectual Center, alongside the ever-potent, down-to-earth chairman for life, Romancio Latupan, Kennebor, or Rico Forshot. You want to get in his presence, you will never ever regret it. A common citizen, just like George Weah. Just as you're in Weah presence, your life goes to another level. So it is with the chairman of Block 13, Romancio Latupan, Kennebor Forshot. Good to have you on the show, Mr. Chairman. Precious Dekukai, you are on. All of you great people, thank you so much. I can run through. The protocol is so very long. We didn't come on as usual. We had some technical hitches. However, we made it in time, just few minutes. Yes. So we've on the issues. LRB, very interesting, very interesting. The irony of the government, we'll talk about that when Big Sam gets in anytime soon. That will be at 4 o'clock. Until 4 o'clock, let's talk something away from politics. Just a caution. I will have, or I wanted you to see the video for yourself but it's just not possible because we had some problem along the way. But I can explain it to you. The reason I wanted you to hear it, see him for himself, because he was honest. He was very earnest. It takes a young boy of his stature or age in such a condition to tell the truth. What we have seen, normally the person will look for excuse at all costs to put it on another person, and that person, parents will have to take full responsibility for what the child didn't do. He was very honest. I think it happened a couple of days ago, just when they concluded the WAEC, and then they went into extravagant celebration, as they usually do in Liberia, from one end to another, and then altercation ensue, or confusion, according to him, ensue. He was clear enough that they drank liquor, different kinds, as per the preference of the people who were in the gathering. And then he got provoked. He got provoked, and he decided to retaliate. And his friends created a buffer. But he insisted, no matter what, he will retaliate, or as we can say in Liberian term, pay my debt. Meaning it will not be left on me. Once the person did something to me, I should go with the Mosaic law, pay back. No Matthew 5:44. No, bless them that curse you, pray for them that despitefully use you, do good to them that render you evil. He said that doctrine was not part of his life, but rather the Mosaic law. He decided to retaliate. Made the force his colleagues put on, just so he would not find himself in a fighting position. He's still. So fast forward, he did not suppress his anger, but rather nurse his anger. And when you nurse your anger, it leads you to something that you might regret. Don't ever give in to temper tantrum. It is bad. It leads to death, severe injury, jailing, having oneself or seeing oneself in hospital, or the person that the anger is pulled on or against. Honestly, he said, despite his colleagues preventing him, blocking him from going to hit his guy because he did something to him that angered him a lot, and he wanted to pay his debt. So in the process, he was trying to bypass his colleagues that were preventing him from going to retaliate. Attempting to do that, he slipped off and then fell, I think, from a 2-story, thanks to Kwame Opa Weeks for that interview. He went to the parents' house. And I thought to share that with you because our culture is so filled with anger. You see, the atmosphere is filled with anger. Many people just can't restrain themselves. They're quick to react, quick to insult, quick to just do anything to satisfy their anger. without thinking about the effect. What happened to the boy? He broke his spinal cord. He fell, I think, from a 2-story building and broke his spinal cord. Lying in the living room of his parents, the mother, the father, there. And he honestly explained he did not lie on any one of his colleagues. He explained that they prevented him, and he insisted that he needed to attack the guy or the people who did it. Because if he didn't, he would not have been satisfied. That's what he said. So in the process of bypassing to get to the guy to retaliate, he slipped off and he broke his spinal cord. They are appealing for assistance to get him out. It's a terrible situation. So he lied on the back, and then later on, at a certain point in time, they will turn him over. But that is for him. Terrible, it is. But I like his honesty. We feel for him. I share his pain. A young man. He's going to be like that for the rest of his life. The father couldn't stop crying, as well as the mother, because they know not only that their son's spinal cord broke, but the enormity that faces them now, the monetary aspect, taking care of him, they will have to now reorder priorities and focus almost everything life on him, because he is not able-bodied again. He's not able-bodied. You want to guide against temper tantrum. No matter how people provoke you, I know it's hard. Individually, we are different, but you can suppress it. You don't have to nurse your anger. It is either you reverse your anger or you nurse it. When you nurse your anger, meaning you keep it within, you pump yourself up, you turn yourself into a gladiator or a predator, that I should do this because this person offended me. If I don't do something bad to him or her, society will look at me as being lazy, as being weak, and they will say all manner of things to me. Don't ever nurse your anger. It's hard. It will be foolhardy to tell you that it is not hard. It is hard, it is difficult, but you can do away with it. You don't have to nurse your anger. You can reverse your anger. How do we reverse anger? We reverse anger by letting it go. It's hard to let go, but that is the only solution, that as far as I know. And if you are a Christian and you read the Bible, that's the only solution. You have to let it go. You have to walk away. Walking away doesn't say you are weak. It doesn't say you are strengthless. It doesn't say you are mentally weak. It only means that you are reasonable enough, you are farsighted, and you are aware of the consequences that might befall you or the person. So the best thing to do is to walk out. When you nurse your anger, it leads to disaster. You are either affected or the person you are nursing your anger against is affected. This goes for everybody. And in workplace, you find that at business center in the office, in the church, everywhere, the atmosphere is filled with anger. People feel hurt and they say they should let go of the hurt by reacting. Don't ever nurse your anger. Don't allow your anger lead to temper tantrum. At that level, even if God is whispering in your ear that disaster is about to befall you, if you just say a word or take a strike, you wouldn't listen. If God were to stand right in front of you and identify himself that I am God, I am the God that you people always talking about, I am telling you, don't nurse your anger. Don't do it. Don't say anything. You will stay said no. You've seen that all of us have experience one way or the other. We have gotten mad. That means vex, express anger, but we never allow it to lead to temper tantrum. At the category, once it falls within that category called temper tantrum, that's different thing. You see that? You see people, oh, my man, leave it. People telling him, leave it. Oh, let him go, leave it. He said, no, define everybody. And rush to the person, hold the person, just smash the person to the ground, and the person can't wake up. That's when you start feeling sorry. That's when you start feeling sorry. It's terrible. It's terrible. The boy was honest to admit that his anger led him to have a broken spinal cord. You don't want to allow that happen to you. I appeal to all of you. I beg every one of you. When something happened in your house, at the office, at your business center, your interaction with people, I know it's hard, but please, I beg you, don't show any sign of paying back or reacting. You can react by just letting it go quietly, study it carefully, and make the appropriate decision. That means you can take it to a person who, in your opinion, has the wisdom and the knowledge to have it settled by telling the person. If it is in the office, you can tell your boss. If it is at the business center, you can reach out to anybody and just tell them. In the church, you can reach out to anybody or the pastor. Temper tantrum runs through everybody. You see that of pastor, of journalists, of military people, president, vice president, senator, representative, young boys, just everybody. Everybody. But we try the best we can to control it. So I beg you, please. And this is a piece of advice for all of us. It has got nothing to do with politics. So the next thing we talk, before we can face our guest, it's terrible. But this is not a news. I told you people that it wasn't possible that Liberia Unity Party would not beat the timeline. They will not hit the deadline. The shenanigan or the rhetoric they came with wasn't sufficient. They tried to sway. They tried to make you to believe that it was George Weah's fault, just as the devil makes people to feel that he is a figment of imagination. So you tend to blame yourself, then you can know the actual person. They try to present it like it was George Weah that created the problem, and so the United States was going to make sure that something happens, and the Unity Party government inherited a messy situation. They put it on visa when the people came out with that stuff. Yopi. When they came out with that stuff, okay, good. But the main thing, if you look at the statement as we talk about it, not necessarily why it is true that the visa issue was key, but the main thing there, the main thing was security. The main thing was security. Liberia was given, I think, 60 days. Please help me if I'm not exact with the figure. The main thing was Liberia Unity Party government needed to correct or clean up the messy security situation it created. The visa issue, yes, was part of it, still part of it, very significant, but it was not the main thing that the United States government was looking at. That visa had something, it was dealt with long since. But because they have messed up everything, the people saw what they did at the Capitol, prior to the Capitol, and other situations around with the black people and on, they soon created a rhetoric and say, visa restriction, George, we are messing up the passports. Then they brought their people then from on the other side, that other one who we know where he headed in life, called Heron Costa. He said, George, we are this, George, we are. Only to realize when the actual statement came out, it was the meeting. We explained it here and talk about it. I read that statement. The line that the people lay emphasis on. What happened? I said that Liberia was never going, Unity Party wouldn't make it. Wouldn't make it. The foreign minister, instead of doing the needful to look at those vital issues, she was running all around with this United Nations non-permanent seat that we are already worked out. The package was there, only ready to unseal in the fullness of time. Acting a basic veto. You see that? You see it when we say the government is misguided with its priority. Everything is upside down. They left it. They felt that it was not important. Not that they don't know that it's important, but they thought that the US government wasn't going to come to it again. What happened? The people have now reminded, I consider that as a reminder, that you are giving an ultimatum. The ultimatum has expired. You have done nothing. The government, the Unity Party government, made no attempt whatsoever. No attempt. No attempt. They made no attempt. They left it as it is. Now the US government say, okay, we had thought that Joe Boakai and the Unity Party government will have done something of a step taking. And when we look at it, we'll say, oh, fine, you're doing well. So we'll take you off the yellow category. Nothing. Now Liberia is still in that category with the possibility of moving straight to the red category, a potential travel ban. And over the days, the United States government, as were hinted from the US embassy, will release the reasons for a possible travel ban on this government. And we'll see whether it will go all the way to George Weah. They said travel ban. George Weah government is not there. Common sense, common reasoning. They said travel ban. What the United States government focused on mainly was security. They didn't want to admit that they had a messy situation here till now. It's still messy, lying on people after beating people at the Capitol, denying people their right to protest. Things happen all over the world. Listen to the U.S., which one of the states? I was listening to his address when he was talking about some of those awful incidents people try portraying and not respecting the rule of law, and what will happen if police officers are attacked. What did he say at the close of his press conference? Whether you like it or not, America is a democratic culture. It doesn't say that when you are a democratic culture, you don't have things happening. What did the police commander say at the end of his news conference? He said, it is your right as citizens to come out to petition your government, to stand out with your placards, with your shouting and whatsoever. Those of you who have the video, you're listening to it, you'll watch it to the end. That's what he said. Meaning, we cannot prevent anybody from coming out. As citizens, it is your right. 2 times, the citizens of this country attempted. The government has said, no, you go. Nobody come outside whatsoever. The U.S. government said, good. We'll mark that one. The next one, they said, no, nobody coming outside. I want to keep the country peaceful. They said, good. We'll mark it. So you are suppressing freedom of expression, freedom of assembly. You are infringing on fundamental human rights, which is a bad governance. Over the days, you will hear the excuses. And you really pray hard that Liberia shouldn't get into the red category. Otherwise than that, it finished. Because some big people in this government, some people who showing up, they acting like the more Democrat. They acting they are the rule of law, or how should I say, who came from heaven with everything. Some of these people that are showcasing here, you see their name on the list. They can't leave from here. With a possible arrest, if they attempt to use another route, that is another country. The travel ban will be comprehensive. You can't even go to Guinea. You can't go because surveillance will be all over. You're taking it for a joke. You're sitting in that parliament. You do all kinds of messy things. Security, police officers beating people here. There are all kinds of things happening in the country. You close your mouth. It will affect you too, some of the lawmakers. You're sitting, you allow one man to toss your toe and fro. And reach a serious point here. That is the reason Liberia is not out of that category. It came out over the weekend. 36 countries. 36. Yes, 36. 36. Liberia did not meet not a single line. Nothing absolutely. The southern here, the foreign minister are just running all around showcasing. I added my voice to her ascendancy. I supported her. We argue, even though some of the people did not want her to ascend. But I felt that as a lady and somebody who worked in the UN system, has the pedigree, the knowledge, the education, the understanding of the international terrain. So she was the right person for that appointment, but it doesn't say that she cannot be criticized. No. I want to share with you some of the countries that on that list. Liberia there. This is Liberia, 60 days. 60 days. Liberia was given 60 days. How long is 60 days that Liberia could not put its house in order? How long? 60 days. Where is Liberia? Yeah. Liberia is right under Gambia. Angola, Antigua, Batuda, Benin, Burkina Faso, Cambodia, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Chad, Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Dominica, Equatorial Guinea, Gambia, Liberia, Malawi, Mali, Mauritania, St. Lucia, Sao Tome and Principe, and the list goes on and on. Yeah. So nothing, absolutely nothing they did. That will be doing it for that as we await Big Sam. Then the trial of those accused, the trial of those accused. Criminal Court A has taken full jurisdiction or ownership or control of the case now after it was transferred from City Court. So they won pre-indictment. The 4 lawmakers, they were turned over to the legal counsel, and then Criminal Court A will not take full charge. The resident judge of Criminal Court A is Roosevelt Willie. He will preside over that high-profile criminal case, alleged criminal case involving those lawmakers. Yeah, that what unfolded. They are the speaker, the former speaker of the House of Representatives, Fonati Kofa, Abu Kamara, Dixon Sibo, and Jacob Deby. Priscilla Cooper, no, she is an undercover. She was inserted in that equation for a purpose. She will testify against Fonati Kofa and the rest of the guys. You brace yourself for that hypocrisy, for that betrayal, just as Judas Iscariot betrayed Jesus. So will you see that? You brace yourselves for that. Okay. So before Big Sam can come in, let's take a few calls on this. 0772-2399-33, 0886-3044-97, 0777-980375. Then we move on. It's not easy in the Middle East between not Syria, but Iran and Israel. The latest information, the American embassy in Jerusalem or Israel was hit by Iran strike, and is going to be retaliatory. Hello.
Yeah, Andrew, how are you?
Yeah, you want to cut off your radio.
Yeah. How are you? Afternoon, Mr. Andrew. How do you do?
I'm doing good. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is James K. and I'm the chairman of the Veteran Assembly in District 16 this afternoon. Thank you this afternoon for your deliberation. Having us, been known concern, situation of countries that may be banned, travel ban on the list of the United States of America. And our country is more concerning us. You see, you have said it right. Liberia, was given a long chance, to do their homework. If you talk about 60 days, 60 days is quite enough that you could send people. If you can take people from here, as it is alleged, and send them way to China, to the factory to ascertain about yellow machine and what have you. Then situation like your citizen is going to be bound not to travel to America. Why can't you send people to lobby? If you can lobby for a lot of things, why you spend huge amount of money? Why can't you send people to lobby on that aspect? It is very important concerning this country. You understand? 60 days would have been used for you to lobby and do your own groundwork. Then now they are giving you from now to Wednesday, day after tomorrow. You see, where are we? Sure, in case what happens, what will happen to our citizens? What will happen to us, those who want to travel to the United States? You see, the predicament is very sad indeed. The government has to negotiate and settle what it can do about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. No, no renegotiation. Was there any deal before renegotiation? You should have a deal in place before negotiation. That one was an order. Yeah, order is not negotiated. Hello.
How you doing, Sandro?
I'm good.
My mind through with my lawmaker. I'm playing SW calling from Bonafide. When if Presidio Cooper can be withdrew in a case and set aside as unity party member, we don't have a problem. But criminal code A should be careful with a particular case because the first setting code have been adopted by unity party already. So please, we are asking them to investigate and the evidence that the government gets to prove it enough that Oratikopa and his group to bring the evidence they have. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Very interesting. You'll keep your cool. Don't worry. Relax yourself. It's not going to be anything of emotion or they not going to get it their way. No, it wouldn't go their way. Not at all. So just relax. In the fullness of time, you will know. Tobasi says, as on investigation, Capitol building burning, crime scene protection, who was the first officer who arrived at the crime scene? Too long. Dick Positive said, Liberia would not succeed on a Boakai. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Blessing. Fine.
Alex Kolu said everything is about this JMB government is fake. So if the Liberian people sit down there and be used. Hello. So people just gave their child the phone, the number to call and play phone. Sometimes you get nothing to do. You don't do that. Serious-minded people calling. Pastor Melvin Destiny Harvest Power and say so they can say it again. We are is responsible. Emmanuel Bro says GOL on the criminal president Boakai has suffered a major diplomatic blow from the U.S. government. Unfortunately, our dear and beloved country Liberia is on the U.S. visa ban list. Claudia Allison said this government like to shift blame for everything. Let them find place to hide. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Lower your radio or cut it off. Hello. Hello. Philip Nangbe said, very good advice. Yeah. Don't allow temper to ruin your future. Too many people in jail because of temper. Too many. Hello.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Hi, dear brother.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Doing fine. Let's hear you.
This is Marcy C, your
Yeah.
sister.
Let's hear you, man, CC.
Yeah, thank you for the show, my brother. No one saw that little boy yesterday. I felt bad. I saw that little boy spinning on the bed. I felt so bad. No,
Crying.
you were crying. I saw him yesterday on my daughter's phone. No, anger can leave with so many things, my brother. So what get anger, we need to calm down sometime.
My CC, you get it too, eh?
I get it. I do. And I want to on Saturday, it's Friday, your blast, you have been my brother.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
But you got control.
Yeah, I know. I got to control, but no, I got to control it. But they are talking about yesterday. No, I felt too bad. That's the issue, Sam argue. For me, I'm interested in the case, the saga in Liberia now. Our four lawmakers that they want to see go to jail. And I see Europe posting people and more Ali posting that you posting child Muslim mother. That something happened in your home. For self-report, they say, oh, I went to the person, they tell me to chunk the SIM card and they give me a new SIM card. On what ground we don't know. The people went all around the world, nothing was broken. Except took the keys before people open the door outside, nobody will enter. Then you take that kind of case, you see who did it. But today they see Buhari posting that you have made a put to go, I'm going to go to jail, so yourself will go to jail. Then the law will be the law. They will wait patiently and see how the case will go. Say, Andrew, for the time the case started, say, Andrew, if you get food to eat, to reach my stomach, and just sitting down every day I'm living. It's not easy. But when they take you gone now, when they be in prayer with them, when they put on make sure that they put go to jail. They want to go to jail because of George Weah. When they say, oh, we are there, we are the one thing we are there to you so much. They want to lead the anger all people. Because the men say that all the capital building and the bad thing is there. Don't not tell their job now. You tell the speaker job. What else won't be any people? What the bad capital is not here for the people like you say the boy capital building because of speaker shit. And you want to hold for you content. And you telling us that you want to bring a hand over one of call yourself and all of that. She will be the witness for the government. So then what you see, I know the people do the needful. And they're doing, they will go to jail. And they're doing, go to free out of prison. People are talking about, oh, the people that they should. How do they get, if you fail 100 times, I like it at that. And then go back, bro. If you fail for the first time, I like it. Then also I get time for it. My point is they're talking about. Thank you.
Yeah, my CCO.
Yeah.
No, don't feel bad. None of you are talking to specifically. We're talking to everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta feel. Yeah. Don't feel something that way. We're talking to everybody. Yeah.
All right.
In life, you just move on.
Okay. Yeah, like you know, thank you for the environment, but I listen to you.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, Sam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Joseph Namus calling in from Happy House here.
Let's hear you, Joe.
Yeah, Sam. Let me go tell you. They kids that you people are playing phone with. If you go through that case properly, we have our people that will tell them we get them one to buy them for a full stop on the market. And we mainly, as I saying to you,
no, my man, don't bring no rebel to you. No. Hello.
Hello, Mabos.
Yeah.
I found amongst follows my name, calling for District 17. Yeah. Sandro, my son, this probably the ground war to cover the order and I put it up, but it's a traditional war. a matter of fact that the man can grab the Southeast people and leave Safoko out because he's from Lufa County. And grab the Southeast people and put it inside.
No, they ain't free Safoko because he Lufa male.
Look, my son, wait, I'm a politician. I'm looking at the whole thing on the ground.
Okay, all right, Tom.
I'm looking at the whole thing on the ground. A matter of fact that the man, this is 15 representative, is Mandiko man. He joined them with
who district 16 representative now the Mandingo man?
Yes, sir.
Who now?
I talk about Abu Kamara.
Oh,
from the
no, my man, don't put it on trouble ground. No.
You are not. You are willing can talk sometimes. You don't look at issue on the ground. I'm telling you that I'm looking at the issue on the ground.
So that's true. Now you're looking at the issue. So the way you look at the issue now. So where are you going to mean for the case now?
We are the East. We for the East that we can stand up against Baka because Baka now really because you know why drinking so much. You're drinking so much to wear. You're drinking so much to wear. There's not a political issue.
Okay.
It's about what you want to cause.
All right.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. This is the official spokesperson for the Brand movement. William W. are joining for Carwell. Let me say thank you also for the education with this one with us. But let me say for me I'm a believer saying investigation is a little bit of take it from inside out. Because about what I'm be quick to hear, so to speak, and so to get anger. What makes it that when you get there, sometimes maybe you go for somebody, you either head the person or the person you problem and see a burner. What happened to him? Now he's facing a lot of either whatever problem. And I think you will live to tell other people that to be blessed every day, not correct. Because sometimes it will come back at you or you do it to the other person. You have to go down and see, go for them, they drive it down. Now you don't want to kill them because you're in front. So that's what investigation because you can't say no way. I mean, somebody can for me and I run away. So you may be here, so I don't like it.
Who not go to for you? Who not go to for you? You ran away. You are know that you will run away. I beg you, yeah. Some people, you hear some people boasting. Anger is nothing to boast of. I have heard many people. You hear them say, "Oh, you know me, eh? Me I get anger. Me I quit to get vessel. Don't play with me. Me my anger bad." Haven't you heard people say that? Oh no, come on. You're just ranting. Very soon you find yourself in if I had known. Anger is nothing to boast of. It is a deficiency. If you know that you have anger or you are quick to stir up or you can resist anything by letting it go, then you control it. And how you control it, don't get involved with anything. Even if people bring it, you walk off the scene. When you do that, the first, the second, the third, the fourth time, guess what? It will get used to you. It will get used to you. You can train yourself to anything and it get used to you. You can sit down and say, I want to be pronouncing the word this way. And as you practice it, you do it all of the time, it forms part of your existence. You don't nurse anger. No. Political gathering, people have hurt their own colleague. They got hurt themselves. Football game. At the close of the game, somebody is hurt. Look at what we heard about the fellow who stabbed his friend from argument. And listen, if you are a Christian, I don't know about the other people, but if you are a Christian, it is one of the weapons of the devil. It is one of the things that he uses, anger. Once he can get you stirred up, he's successful in his act. Go to the prison and other places, in a hospital, speak to some people. You will hear them telling you that they did this, people did this thing to them, and they wanted to pay their debt, they find a way, and so that's why they're in jail. When you hear some stories from the hospital, don't nurse anger in any way. Not at all. When you know that you have anger, then you can work on it. Nobody, medical doctor or psychologist or psychiatrist or none of those professional people can work on anger. No, they can only advise. They will give you some tips, but you are the only person that can suppress your anger, and you do it by not nursing it. Not nursing your anger means don't talk about it. Don't brag about it. Don't boast about it. I get anger. Me, my anger bad. Me, I left for people to make me feel because my anger too bad. If your anger too bad, then you'll find yourself in jail, or you might find yourself in the morgue in a couple of days getting ready to put you in the casket to put you in the ground. Some people who say their anger bad. You can't play with my anger. Me, nobody made me where to go. Most of them under the ground. Some of them moving with mark on them, terrible mark. Some of them in jail. Some of them in hospital, they crippled, they in wheelchair. Anger is bad. That's why God said, don't allow the sun goes down on your anger. When somebody do something to you, don't sleep with it. Don't allow. Within 24 hours, you should get rid of it. And let me show you one of several places. You can study that verse, go will help you. Ephesians 4:26. Ephesians 4:26 is all about anger, temper tantrum. Don't release your anger. Don't nurse your anger. Reverse your anger. How do you reverse your anger? By not putting it out. Reverse means to hold it back. When you reverse something, it means you're taking it back. You're not allowing it to get out because you don't know the consequences. Yeah. A battle is bad. Yeah. My sister, thank God you saw that video. And besides that, Bob, there are several people, young, adult, age, with that. People can explain. When you hear some people problem, when you hear what they pass through from anger. Hello.
How you doing, Sandro?
I'm doing good.
That's great. Oh, excuse me, sir. What the young man was saying you cut me off.
That man, the man was talking about war. They're not wartime here. We intellectualizing. That's democracy.
Oh,
the
okay.
same thing.
Thank you very much.
He was
I'm
venting
praying
out. He was venting out anger.
Oh, okay. No.
Hold the line. The same thing I'm talking about anger. That what the man was displaying. The people who start the case here. That means the criminal code A. They're about to put things up. Then the man say, if the people ain't do the point do that, people must start having buying food to put in the houses. Then when you hear they're not watching that. Right. The anger right there.
No, my full more concern again, our Prince Governor, my full more concern again, it started because Thomas father, he is ours. He betrayed us because he's from Lofa. The only person that with us now as a true son, Jankako, and our general secretary today is happening. And we're seeing it. So Lovin are getting back to the seat. So we don't want to go to that right again. So that why maybe he's talking in that anger and you're speaking on anger. You can have to control your anger. But you have to give the people due process, even in a court.
But they will be giving due process. But they will be giving due process. That's the reason for the court.
Thank you. Because they will not talk anything like that. They will put that inside again. And the people, they are lawmakers of this state. They are not us. So I'm talking to you again, and let all Liberians listen well and well. This man is the Senate Speaker of the House of Representatives, 55th Legislature. And also our legislator that in the house there, Safoko was there, and now he has been withdrew in a whole case. We don't have problem with that. But they should be careful with their case. A billion people are looking at them. Thank you very much again.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice Monday. Hello. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Yes? My man, move away from those girls. Move away. Their voices overshadowing yours.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, thank you for the show and thank you for the education. Because since I started listening to you, I've been being inspired by your coming on the show always. And I like the way you can lay the basis. I want to say thank you. So, to the issue, I want to say sorry to my brother. You know, God can use different person. God can use animal to stop human being. God uses human being to stop human being. So it's like, because he defied God, why it happened. I'm sorry for what happened to him. But to the contrary, emotionally, everybody is feeling something because it's ain't about now. Because the government.
Hey man, you went off, Chief. You went off. Yeah. Yes, that's true. He was sending across a very good idea. The entire country is filled with anger, political anger, religious anger, journalistic anger, military anger, business anger, football anger, just everywhere. But listen, here is it. It would be foolhardy, or I would be wrong to tell you that get rid of anger and can tell you that anger is not, you can get vexed. No. Vexation is anger, anger is vexation. And most times it leads to what is referred to as courting. Courting means cursing. You curse the person, and then the person curse you back because the person don't want your expression to leave on him or her. So when you curse, the person curse. You curse, the person curse. And then it can lead to something else. But anger, no. But you can get vexed. Let's hear this person. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Andrew. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, anyway, thank you for the show. We just want to admonish this government that the keys regarding the speaker and the other representatives should be transparent. It should be fair because we realize that, only opposition lawmaker they indicted. Why? Firstly, the chair at the capital there, who took it from there? Firstly, and the people that took the chair, they were the quote-unquote majority bloc. You know, so we are deducing that this case that is currently ongoing will not be transparent. And trust me, it is not transparent.
But why you people are expressing doubt so soon? You have to trust the court.
The way in which they are handling it. So we are skeptical that it wouldn't be transparent.
All right.
Hello?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Chief.
so secondly, Andrew, you there?
Yeah, we're listening to you, Chief.
Okay, good, thank you. Yeah, so secondly, now you see
oh, my man, you're going off. You're listening and watching Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me in St. Andrews on this 16th day of June 2025, the reign of Judah Christopher. Hello, this one, then we'll take a break and come back and discuss something else. Yes?
Yes,
I'm doing good. Thank God Almighty.
Yes, Emmanuel Instrument Junior, Abraham Gossin, William Picking, a joy from District 2, Moswell County. People are saying, let me be bold to you. What's happening to these people is political. You know, I live Jacobstown where Noah Saru getting late. I listened to him on the road the last time, and he said, during the time, Planning Samoka never TC, how the CDC government did the former Chief Justice, which is, how they call it, the woman who they free recently. And he said they were paid out there. It was clear. So for that day, I'm not taking anything to be transparent. This thing will not be transparent. The people think to pay there. The people think, the people get against CDC. Anybody's use CDC needs. So long the people know you are CDC, they think to pay their own. So for me, nothing will be transparent. They will make sure they fight this guy. And if the CDC wake up, if we just sit down and say and live with these people in the family, it will not be easy for we.
All right, Chief.
CDC. And we the small CDC, we the one that will start be chasing from every corner. That even if we get our cases to the police station, they will be able to step on it that would be nowhere. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for spicing it up. I appreciate all of you. You are so good, so wonderful, so extraordinary. And this break, the King's Cash giveaway, it's on today. It's Monday. It's 4K, 4,000. Dial star 799 star 24 hatch. Play with just $1. Just $1. Liberian dollar or 70 cents US. And then 4K is yours on a Monday in Monrovia, Liberia. You need that 4K. This break, when we come back, we are into something else. Oh, wait. They want us to think stupid and feel stupid and think that they are the normal people and the other people are the abnormal people. Ironically, they are doing things stupid and they're doing it in a stupid way. Let's go with this and then we are out. So here is the mental stupidity. When you have a missed priority, is stupidity because you're not calculating well, you're not thinking well. Stupidity it simply means insensitivity. You can look at me and say, Sam Andrews, you are stupid. No, I wouldn't feel bad. I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't put up any anger or vexation. I know that you are right by your description because you sense insensitivity by your reasoning. Yes. But because we have a poor, very poor culture that refuse to be enlightened, hang on to every little thing they hear from people instead of using their independent mentor or doing a simple research. Stupidity simply means insensitivity. If you don't know, that is why the people have something called play on words. They can use a word, the person is insulting you, or a person can be saying some things about you and you think they're praising you because you refuse to be enlightened. So I can choose not to use the word stupid, since in your opinion, stupid will sound insult or you take it as insult. I can use the word, I can substitute stupid for stupor, S-T-U-P-O-R. They're the same thing. I'm saying the same thing, insensitivity. So because you understand stupid to me, insult, and you will feel bad. So since I want to put you in that condition, I want you to feel free, relax, be ready. So I will move from stupid to stupor. It means near unconsciousness or insensitivity. When you have things mixed up, you're not conscious enough. When you give information to people that they should believe and you know that it's not true, you are not sensitive of not only yourself, but the reaction. So here is the stupidity of this government, which very many of you know. I mean, those of you who are partisans of Unity Party. You were excited when the news came about when they did that comedy at the ministerial complex. That was a comedy, a prank. It turns out into noise. Some people were part of it, some people weren't part. Mama Kability felt that she could bully Joseph Yuma Boakai because of his inability to sense the fake in it. Fast forward, they said some of the yellow machines were already in Liberia. And if the legislature or the people of Liberia can accept the offer as given by the president's friend, he said in his public address, then the guy will be constrained to take them back. I'm explaining stupidity in step-by-step in practical terms. The friend that offered the gesture, that is Burning Spears, something I explained or using it in this context, they think we are stupid. They want us to feel stupid. They've been celebrating hard these days. God. When the media started digging deep, nowhere to be found Mr. President's friend who gave him 285 pieces of machines. Today, the friend is unknown. The friend is invincible. That's stupidity right there. That's what Burning Spear meant. They want us to feel stupid. They think we are stupid. Meaning they're putting lies to the table and expect that you will go by the lies. You will believe and worship the lies and fall to their feet and hail or worship them. Part of the legislature, senators and representatives, buy into the stupidity, not doing due diligence at all, attempting to validate nothing. They were excited about county receiving machines. Mankante can't wait to receive 15 pieces. The president is real serious. The president is ready to develop the country. The people who should have been more critical on Mr. President, that he would do the needful, show sense instead of stupidity, they too join in the stupidity. They took few, they said paraded me. I did not see. I should not lie. I heard people say that, but I did not see. I can tell you. Maybe it happened. Those who were around the saw. Probably I wasn't around to see the parade because of where I was, but I heard many people say that. Drawing closer, the Minister of Information added up to the stupidity when he said the yellow machines are in process, no documentation, meaning nothing about negotiation was done, but it will happen. The Minister of Public Works, few days, a couple of months back, he went to a public gathering and then he said the yellow machine was alive. Put all together, all that they've said over the time, it gave you a whole sea of lies, stupidity, contradictions. Hold on, Burning Spear, we'll get back to you. They think we are stupid. they want us to feel stupid, but we are not stupid. After showcasing, they came out with the next stupidity, excitedly, that the president has instructed the vice president to renegotiate. You're getting you understand Burning Spear expression? Were they not excited? Were the people not excited? Unity Party people not excited? They flooded social media, went to radio station, hailing the president's decision. Say, oh, the president instructed the vice president, his vice president, to renegotiate the yellow machine. And we brought sense to counter the stupidity by asking, how is it possible? What will you renegotiate when you did not have anything? You said it was a gesture giving you. Then how now the vice president will go and renegotiate? You renegotiate when you have entered a deal and along the way, either one of the parties break certain provisions of that agreement or not satisfied, you go back to the table. Simple. A gesture was given unto Mr. President. Mr. President and his people were excited. The frame could not be seen today. We know the frame. The 285 machines can't be seen in the country. So now they've reached the conclusion of stupidity, telling everybody, yes, we were stupid along the way, we stay stupid, and here is the full-grown stupidity. Get ready, Burning Spear. What happened? After they made that announcement, say the president instructed his vice president to renegotiate. They can't take it up because we have copies of the press conferences, the executive mansion statements on that. That word is there, renegotiate. What you see, Mr. Vice President is in China, looking through from one company to another, window shopping as they call it. Then they will come back and they sit down and discuss how they can buy the machines. But you said that you already have 285. Your friend gave you 285. Which put your lawmakers, most of your lawmakers, into excitement that they said they could not wait. And one of the reasons why some of the guys supported the majority bloc, they joined the majority bloc against the minority because they were excited that they are about to get 30 pieces or 15 pieces of machines, depending on the size of the county. Only when journalists raised the issue to the letter, got behind it, started digging, it became a lie. Most of the people, including the so-called lawmakers, then they went muted. I say so-called lawmakers because they're not helping the country. Executive goes and announce 285 machines coming into the country. What is your responsibility? Do you know that most of the guys who call themselves senators and representatives, particularly representatives, do not know their function? They do not know who they are. They're only excited to be called honorable, and they are in tinted windshield vehicle. Do you know that most of them do not know what everybody wants government? Look, Bwaka can turn this country into heaven. It will not be exclusive Unity Party recognition or credit. They will say Liberia. But yes, they initiated, just as we have initiated a number of things in this country since 1847 or 1822 that this country never ever experienced. Nobody ever dreamed of that. All of the leaders that came to power. Today, the country has it. What happened? They say we are. They say Liberia. So, Boubacar developing or bringing in machines to do X, Y, Z is good for the country. The country is the beneficiary. It will help us. It will put us on the path of development. But you want to make sure that the president, when he says X, Y, Z, you should not take it as law and gospel, Mr. or Madam Legislator. You want to do due diligence or validation. All of the excitement where we are now, yes, the stupidity. They clearly tell you that, oh yeah, we were stupid along the line. We stay stupid. Now we're trying to push away the stupidity so the people will see sense. Mr. Vice President and his people, they in China, China or Korea. They say they're assessing. The vice president doing window shopping from one company to another. They're showcasing them. Bese Bito. Chiu B. Yeah. The man going from, I think he has completed the 3 companies. They look just as you go down Waterside or Randall Street, wherever, they say, let's check in the store. You go there, you see the goods there, and then you look at it, you say, oh, how much for this one? This and that. They're explaining the person who has it. Oh, this product is this and that, is durable, it's reasonable. If you want it, we can give you for this amount, depending on the pieces that you want. Then you say, okay, hold on, let me check on the other side. You go there just like that, and then you go on the other side. So when you finish that, then you go home and say, okay, I went to 3 stores down Waterside or Randall Street. And I think the third one, the goods that are there, what I saw is okay. We can get to the third store. The vice president not going to bring 285 pieces of machines. You all know that. He's not going to conclude everything there, and then they are brought to the country the following week. That just assessment. So what happened with the first 285 now? What happened with the first 285? Okay, let's leave the most part of it. The few that they paraded, that Mr. President said, or yeah, Mr. President said it was, they were already in the country. And if the people can accept, then the fellow who gave the 285 machines will be constrained to take them back. Meaning, we either accept the conditions that are laid out, develop the country, or when y'all insist, then y'all will be the problem when the man take back his machines, which was a scam. That's what led most of the senators and representatives to be excited and started going against people. Say, oh, we're opposed to development. Yet and there, they're sitting down and they shame. They shame. When they had that Ibomaf and Ayrton situation, it wasn't easy. But what did we do? Presidents can be bullied. Not because you president means that everybody that comes around, they are good people. No, president, the Republican bully president, they have people who are very sophisticated. Yeah, HPX over there. And now the first man that came to Boubacar going on around, what happened? And you see how Elaine, the rift between they and ArcelorMittal. We are here. The bullet, we are on our Ibomaf and Ayrton D. But at least we are talking to the legislature. The legislature had the right to peruse it. But this one, it wasn't taken to the legislature. But rather, Mr. President said that his friend gave him. Even if your friend gave you 285, give him the quantity. There are processes by which they have to be brought into the country, and the legislature is not off. And who will just sit down and give you 285 pieces of a machine free? It's not possible. It's not possible. If you're not paying for it, physical cash, they will take half your resources. That is why you see our natural resources are being depleted. That's one of the ways. Some of these things that they're doing there, your natural resources going. You see how they're taking your gold, how they get we hope not for that, but it will not be a surprise if there's an earthquake on that side. Because they're just digging. You know why? They ain't got nothing to lose. By the time they finish, by the time they dry up, your resources real good, they're gone. They're gone. So the vice president, the man doing window shopping, that's stupidity. Be honest with the people. We tried to get this. I tried passing through a friend of mine, but it wasn't possible. That deal is closed. We will now do the needful by going through the legislature. We will solicit the funding. We have some of our partners, or we'll speak to some of our partners who will help us with some money to procure those machines, given the urgency or the deplorable conditions of the county, or to enhance our arrest agenda from agriculture standpoint. It will make sense. Then nobody will be criticizing anything. But when you think that you know it all, you turn out to in the eyes of the people as knowing nothing. Because everything that you do will just be contradictions. They've contradicted themselves along the way after bragging and boasting. What did he go to negotiate? He did not go to renegotiate anything. He went do window shopping. Then he will come out and report to Mr. President. All those things that you're seeing on Facebook, that window shopping. The public works minister who said the yellow machine stay on course, he there. The one But what happened with our country? Why our people, when they get out of this country, they can look so inferior to other people? See, the people, they were confused. They were confused. You know why they were confused? The poor, even though they travel around, bought to enter a factory. Talking about it is one thing, but seeing it is another. That thing that we've been seeing, the guys were confused. The vice president said, yeah, he introducing his public work minister. He said, this is the public work minister. Me over there. So this is our Minister of Public Works, Honorable Roland Giddings. The manager, he just showing him, say that the public work minister. Then public work minister show his hand, the man shook his hand. Then the lady there introducing, they already set the stage for them to take pictures before they started carrying them around to see. They created the impression, you see, liking her. Martin Luther King said, no lie live forever. It will come up. Lie is just a pregnancy. No matter what, it will come out. No matter you see the pregnancy. They carry the man, the lady, and the guy who responsible from one place to another, showcasing, showing the products, the different kinds. The assessment I mean went on free money, just spoiling money like that. Then they carry scores of journalists with them to be putting those things on Facebook. Then people there, oh yeah, the president doing well, president. That's stupidity. Be honest. say, oh, we're doing this, we have this plan in place, but it will not happen now because of XYZ. We hope to complete it at this time. Then the people will understand. So when you start doing window shopping and say, oh yeah, that's what the government talk about, this it will happen at this time. Simple. They wouldn't have problem with it. But everything along the line was stupidity and still stupidity. Then what happened? We've said to you that you go up, you come down. The death of Prince Yomi Johnson closed everything war crimes court in Liberia. It will take miracle to get the war crimes court office functional. Prince Johnson died, no war crimes court. Today, the war crimes court office employees 5 months running, no pay. 5 months. Not that the government don't have money to pay them. Not that the government don't have money to pay the renter. But the government sees the war crimes office as not a priority because the priority is dead. So no priority again. Priority Prince Johnson that will have gone on trial. The entire country will focus on one person, Prince Johnson, so much so he got traumatized. Unity Party government set him up. His own son, whom he said was the next heir to the throne, concocted against him. When he went in the office, he said, oh, you have 5,000 here, go find a lawyer. Meaning, we're ready to put you on trial. We'll make sure that you go on trial, you will pay for everything that you did in this country. May I say to you that Unity Party is noted for grudge keeping. Look at that Prince Johnson situation. It was grudge. You know what I mean? They have every reason. George Weah, before George Weah, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, they played the smart. They kept no grudge against Prince Johnson. They played it smart to preserve. Those 12 years, Ellen was under pressure from Mr. America, Uncle Sam, Canada, and the other places. Justin Trudeau came here with pressure. The America, all those people on Ellen. Ellen did not. That what led how they call it? Senator Thomas Yaya Nimle to put that in his speech. Those of us who were here Ellen Johnson Sirleaf time, we saw it, we heard, we read, we heard press conferences. The pressure that woman said the woman protected the warlords here. Not that she was shielding them from justice, but she took into consideration several factors. She could have turned Prince Johnson over or signed that document for the setting up of the War Crimes Court. Then came former President George Weah. He too used wisdom. He used wisdom in handling that situation. He was under pressure too from America and the West. He withstood the test of time. He resisted America and the West pressure by wisdom that had Prince Johnson moving. At that time, the local media too, on Prince Johnson. Then came Joseph Iman Boakai. He felt that Boakai was going to do the same like Ellen and Weah. When you hear the expression that war crime court pressure kept Prince Johnson or carry Prince Johnson, that's true, nothing else. That pressure, frustration, pains, in his soul. It broke him down. You know what it means? The only person you're looking up to as your safe haven, that you have every confidence in that it will protect you. And then the person look at you and chunk or throw 5,000 in your face and say, go look for a lawyer. Meaning, we have resolved, me and my president and every Unity Party person will resolve to prosecute you because of the killings that you did in this country and every other thing. That's what it means. It's simple. You don't need Daniel to come and explain it. It's not a dream to be interpreted. You go to somebody for a rescue, the person that you know, your king's man, the person that you try nurturing to take over from you as the godfather, and then the person throws 5,000 United States dollars in your face and say, go and find a lawyer. Meaning, get the lawyer, we are set, we will prosecute you. That war crime score offers a finish. The priority is dead. There's no priority with that war crime score again. The top figure was Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson was the topical figure. Yeah, we are today. 5 months. 5 months. The people that can take pay, Jala Babu Nato, he tired. I think he planning to quit being the head of that office. They can pay their renter. It would not be a surprise if the landlord asks them out. Because the man died. The man died. That was the priority. Prince Johnson was the priority. That's why the vice president, his own Nima man, his own countryman, thank God it wasn't another person. It was nobody from the southeast. But his own Nima man, the man that he said will be his herd. That means the person that will take over from him when he's no longer the godfather. Before he could die, the man threw 5,000 in his face and said, get ready. You find your lawyer. We have ours through the war crimes court will prosecute you. You killed thousands of people in this country. You, like Taylor, buried people alive. You did all kinds of awful acts. That thing, that what broke Prince Johnson down. Everything Prince Johnson, from that day, that thing happened, Prince Johnson was never himself again. Prince Johnson, spirit left him. He was only on earth in his physical self. But his spirit was off. It broke him down. It broke him down. What was that? Grudge. The president, what? The president used 5 different colors of pens to sign our war crime code document with ease. 5 months now. When there's more air, will be 6. They can take pay. The government has the money. Oh, the government has the money. The government buying 285 pieces of machines for millions of dollars. The payment of those people in thousand, not millions, in thousands, so the government can afford the rental in thousand. But they prioritize purchasing machines over the War Crimes Code Office payment to the employees. They prioritize it. Meaning, what we're going to get from it. The man died. Tomo Yaya Nimle, yeah. We can't go after Tomo Yaya Nimle. How they call the other man? The man who we are time. You look at Desi Sibo, he said, if it was not for some of us, you wouldn't have been alive today. How's they call the guy, man? Yo, please help me. His name can come to mind now. If we as government, and he was in the parliament, he stayed there. How they call the guy, man? Y'all help me with his name. he turned to Dixon Sibo, some kind of argument open. He and Dixon Sibo had a heated argument, but short. And then he told Dixon Sibo, he said, if some of us were not around, you wouldn't have been alive today. Man, he was justifying his role in the war. I think it came from Ulimo, Ulimo J. The guy became representative, man. That's it. Too terrible. Jala Babu is a seasoned lawyer. The man holds a doctor in law. So he has to save his reputation by leaving. So the United States government has made it clear that dozens of people will be deported. Okay. So, yeah, let's get to you. What have you to say about this? And then we are out the window shopping that ongoing with the vice president and the War Crimes Court. No pay for 5 months now. Rental can be paid. The priority is dead. Prince Johnson, so no need. I don't think America has interest in it further. No. So let's go now. Have your say, then we are out. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 980375. Then we are out. The birthday coming closer is July 1st. So yeah, please put it on your calendar. You're already there, your market. July 1st. So when we get there, there.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is Samuel M. I'm calling from Fiamma Bell. Hello?
Yeah, you are on.
This is Samuel Duty. I'm calling from the Fiamma Bell.
Yeah, come in, you on the air.
Huh?
You on the air, speak.
Yes. You know, the whole team about Prince Johnson, United Party, people just use Prince Johnson to just get rid of him. So, but it's the own song. Because it's hard to say now, when the horror sell you, the street cannot buy you. So it was own songs and saying, whether it's a worker. So, I carry Prince Johnson today, and to the great beyond.
All right, thank you.
We will pay. Thank you.
Yeah. Emmanuel Bro, thank you. Emmanuel Bro said, okay, yeah, George Bowley, Liberia Peace Council. Prince, thank you too. George Bowley, yeah. George Bowley. he looked in the face of Dixon Sibo. He said, had it not been for some of us, you wouldn't have been here today. Meaning you wouldn't have been representative if had we not participated or joined the war. yeah, that's true. That George Bowley. Yeah. Hello,
sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that analysis. You know, German phone then, they could money they will finish it before the lead tower. The thing is, when they now that all the way you go all down there, they have to go for no rural traffic. Already you're all talking, you said that online, but today it can't to pass. German phone and the question on the presentation. How do I will let you to go into first wedding? The land. You see, all the things that are land. So let us look at it, say, I got that picture. Since here alone, we'll so period. I thank you so much. Let God bless you.
Amen. Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Andrews.
Your name and where you come from?
My name is Hussein. This is Hussein Keu.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I follow the show religiously. So I call now to make comments on the topic on discussion. I want to wish you a happy pre-birthday, right? hoping to see that God gave you the grace to see your birthday in a new age. I want to appreciate you, Sam. You know, last week you made some comments on the radio, being very bold, honest to the followers, making them to understand the reasons why you're on the show, making them to know that the show is not a CDC show, but for the Liberian people. That I want to appreciate you so kindly. It's not about the way you refer to the presidency or the government, but the service or services you provide for your country in analysis. That is why some of us will follow and agree and disagree on the different national issues. So I want to say thank you, and I appreciate your analysis. I appreciate your thoughts towards national issues not being insulted, but you can disagree fundamentally. I want to say thank you, and I wish you, God of God, justice, blessed.
So you mark it on your calendar, Hussein. You know, eh?
Yeah, I know.
Mark it on your calendar. We'll reach July 4. You know what's up.
I know.
Okay. Have a nice day, John, brother. Okay.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello. You are on the air.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. St. Andrew.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. St. Andrew. Okay, this is our Davis coming. I'm doing a discussion for Ominga Market, the legacy of former President Weah. Mr. St. Andrew, you see, the politics in this country, where the party people feel that they can take it to a different level to keep them in power or to make them to come to power. You see, the people, they all live in a radical approach to the Liberian politics. During the election, they start making threatening remarks. They feel that by doing all the kind of strategy that want to make Liberian put attention to kind of and what brought them to power. So that the same strategy, the president again, they are using that what they started with the left, they feel that this man will be a threat to turn it to the now against them. So they get rid of the men that the same thing they say you see again for the Copa and the CDC today. So those guys are radical life in the Liberian politics to keep them in power. So we have to build our life. Thank you very much. Mr. Sam Andrew, I got you a problem I want to tell you, please. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to you. I want to hear
Yeah,
it.
Mr. Sam Andrew, yeah. This one Friday, I was listening to your show, you know, I'm one of the regular quarter. But the way you spoke to our Oma, it never went that well with me. So I want you to please talk to her, please. Marcy.
But I was not speaking to a specific person. I was talking about the party and the part and the members, members' position. That's all. That everybody come to the party voluntarily. You do things voluntarily. No party around the world can shoulder everybody responsibility. Simple as that. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Sir Andrew. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
This is Monu Gitawa, member of the Solar Movement. And I've been following you on your show, but I've not been calling today. I know your show. But today, the issue that you are discussing and St. Andrew is really in the interest of our country, services, providing, the government trying to provide for the public. They told us that the worker code were going to be fully functional by the government. Today, you cannot even hear it. And St. Andrew, some of you people you are radical journalists. I want you to go, don't only locally worker code activity. Go to LRA currently. And when we go there to go and pay taxes to the government, only 2% to the window. Sometimes you see that in that place 2-3 hours. Today was all every complaint to that place. This is the service that the government really were boasting to provide for Liberian people. My brother, citizens, common citizens are suffering in the country, but you cannot even know until you fall into that problem. And when they give, even they come up down there when they gain their license to go and pay taxes to government. You go to Central State to get your license from the police. It's a very hard task. The government are going against the Liberian people. You know, so the local worker issue, the way you saying it, they will only be maybe Senator Johnson. After Senator Johnson passed off today, we cannot even hear anything pertaining to the local worker code. But a lot of services that the government are provide, my brother, people work the way their own pleasure. They don't work for the public. You think you come here one day pulling your pocket. You just walk to LRA.
All right, Chief.
To Central. How police attitude come on business
Okay, thank you, sir. Let's go. Thank you. The women's line went off. I want to bring you the extension of the National Identification Registry. Let's take this one first. Hello.
Yeah, Andrew.
Yeah.
This is Master C again.
Yeah.
Yeah, who say we see when I come and put the to Bible. Where do I fly? When you not see the yeah, I'm telling you the one I go show. You will not say anything, you will not say anything, boy, you know what all you said are true. Don't want to see those things that they put in the key with phone now, they say I will lie. They were breaking machine. How will you say your friend gave you a machine? It's a far piece of machine. You know what I mean? You know what it costs? God, you love you so much. Okay, do you free your child? You say no document behind it and laugh. I don't want in yellow machine, yellow dress, passing around all in the country. That you are in yellow machine. Yeah.
That would also Mazi who are in yellow dress, yellow machine. Mazi, you can track out too.
Don't get that you answer it up. Yeah. That a woman I know whosoever in our office with Blanca, yellow machine, yellow dress, you all it come ready. You get no one bro, yellow and me boss it. You understand? So they function. My brother 4-1 now. They enter government. They save the mouthpiece at the government. Yes, trust me. We get my papa secret in this country. When my family was there, she said about airtime. What a mess on happening. When my secret was there, about but first they can't. He said, no, you are just fooling you. So you join me, give me power. I take you from there, so I put it out. I will give you all the people and will kill you. And I had a capable there. So that man, when I come and say anything about you, they say, oh, you are a good gentleman, this and that. You are a good this and that. That's what you will say. I think about who see my son. What can you want that with one government? Where you say face or your face. Thank you.
Thank you for calling, Mazi. Have a nice day. Let's go to the National Identification Registry. They extended the time. I don't know who advised them to give that very short period. You have 4.5 million people. 4.5 million people. Of these 4.5 million, I don't know how many citizens, and you know the number is substantial. They get less than 2 months for the entire country to register. Let's listen to the man responsible for that. Oh, no. Let's go.
With the situation as a whole, able to deal with the situation as a whole, able to deal with the situation.
Something is happening here. I want to give you a full understanding of that. Then we can. Okay, let's go this way.
Of the press.
Let's go this way. Let's see. Okay.
The situation.
Okay.
A foreign resident in the borders of our country. As you are aware, former President Samuel K. Doe issued a decree number 65 establishing
what? Hey, God, what? The other registry man. Yeah. Anyway, so they've extended, not realizing that the time given was very short to have every Liberian buy their citizenship. The idea may be good, but the timing, the way we do things in Liberia, we put power ahead of reasoning. So it makes it difficult to accomplish the goal. because you are the authority, so you issue a decree, failing to take into consideration all of the factors that will affect that authority. How is it possible to have the 4.5 million, let's take it that way, registering to obtain their national ID card or citizens ID card, when you have not established centers throughout the country? You have one tight place in Morovia, and you have thousands of people trunking there in strenuous condition, because you said that if they don't have that citizen ID card register, anybody sending money for them, they will not get it, they will not withdraw from the bank, they will not deposit, they will not do anything whatsoever. You created a strenuous condition, which you people, President Bouakar, the vice president, everybody within the government would not want to go through any strenuous condition. We have to stop being too power freak and reason more, analyze before you bring the idea to the table. It is not bad to ensure that citizens get their citizen ID card, but you want to analyze the situation very clearly. Look at your culture and give ample time. Some countries, they do this even up to a year with centers all over. It's just like voting. If you have one voting precinct of 4.5 million people, you expect that center to register everybody in a day? No. Millions of people will be left out. That is why centers are created all around the country, and the voting starts at 8 o'clock. It ends the same day, 6 p.m. So you want to do that with the voter, with the national identification card. Firstly, open centers all around, carry out sensitization, educate the people, make them to know what is what are those things that they ought to have, or the questions that will be asked them, those who already have from previous government, what they need to do. It's not to say that if you don't have your national identification card between now and this time, you will not do business, or nobody will do business with you. You're being draconian. It's totalitarian. It's authoritative. It's despotic. It's inhumane. Look at the condition they subjected thousands of Liberians to. Not also realizing that we are in rain season. You have hundreds of people over there. And when the rain comes down heavily, where do they seek shelter? Even you people who in the building, you wouldn't be effective. It's not just extending. They will have to suspend it, organize it well, so that it does not create problem. People coming, the ones that are in Morovia are the people who? What about the people out in the various counties? What happened with those Liberians? You only interested, except that you're doing it for money making, as we saw in a previous government. At a certain point in time, when they realized they collected sufficient amount of money, it was insignificant. We know the positive factors that go along with that, but you want to take time to do it. You don't want to be draconian You want to organize it in a way that it would not create a strenuous condition, or you wouldn't be creating a strenuous condition for your very citizen. You have not even said, because no sensitization going on. You should be sensitizing the people. You have foreigners here. So if the citizen has a citizen ID card, then it means the ones who without citizen ID card, they are the foreigners. How will you determine that? How can you? This thing is complicated. That's what previous government, they had it, they faced difficulty in getting that executed to the fullest. The culture is so complicated from the very foundation. It's mixed. Everybody in this country now, they are citizens. Everybody in this country is citizen. There are people going over there. They are not indigenous Liberians. They are foreigners, but they were justified because their accent will be a bit clear, and you can judge anybody on their accent. Even we saw it during the election. And the other person goes speaking all kind of way, you can tell that person from the other side. But they allow the person to go. That's why our election, foreigners dominated. Thousands of foreigners came, infiltrated the system, bullied the system, and voted. The same thing with this identification registry. One of our colleagues who were lecturing, and he said he has his card. He said, so somebody said, but what happened? Those who, or a person who doesn't have the ID card. So he said, if you went there, they will ask you, the immigration people will ask you where you were born, your father name, your mother name, the county, your auntie, sister, brother, uncle, nephew, grandma, grandpa, all kinds of things, tribe, to the extent it will even ask you to speak your tribe, or speak your dialect rather. What's that? We don't have system. The foundation was messed up from the beginning. That was suffering this country. You see other countries today, they're moving with ease because the system was built from the very first day. You have people, look at the people that come into the country, the foreigners that come into the country on a daily basis. This is not the first time we're having national ID card taking. We've had this thing before. And foreigners, as people were taking national ID card, foreigners were infiltrating. And foreigners were even taking national ID card as citizens. But my argument here is you want to stop being draconian. You want to stop issuing a decree. You want to be as reasonable as you can, having an understanding of the culture. You don't put 2-3 months for everybody in the country to have ID card, national ID card. When you have not opened centers all around, you have not conducted sensitization. When you just chunked in on people and said, do this, you are being draconian. It is a decree. They have no option but to do because you are the boss. You are the authority. So they either obey or they are suffocated. You know how many people suffering? You want to open centers all around. If you give it 2 months, which is sufficient, or 3 months sufficient, then you have centers all over. Before those 3 months can end, everybody will have received their national identification ID cards. If people can vote, 4.5 million people can vote in one day because of several centers. Isn't it the same as national ID card that you will not have centers all over? Yeah, man. Too bad of, man. You can brag that you know it too much. You are the most educated, then you're doing the same thing that you criticize. Maybe a few messages and get out, man. Terry Nimland said, that's a strategy they are creating to capture the election for 2029. I bet you, and you will hear it. Okay. But I just think that they need to extend the time beyond what they extended and allow open centers in the various parts of the country. Liberia is not Monrovia. You get one center. Look at the human beings. Go to the place. You feel sorry for people. No distinction. Visually impaired online, fighting. Even God himself, God is a sympathizer of visually impaired. God, he feels sorry for the people who can see. Then you have the people over there. Most of the people, some of the people, let me not say most, but some of them, they are visually impaired. They're on the line. You're not selling create centers for these people. They are visually impaired. They are people who by their condition, they can't move readily. So you expect the man from move from where Grand Bassa County, visually impaired, move from Grand Bassa County and come to Monrovia to get citizen ID card and he goes back. But just stop, man. Just stop, man. What kind of nonsense? I'm sorry to say, but this is another stupidity. Show leadership. Can't sit down at that national identification registry and say if you register your SIM card or if your SIM card is not registered with this and that, nobody will do business with you. You will not do business. Well, that's it. That Revelation 13 here. Those of you who know that Revelation 13, 16, and 17. This is a preview. I'm not saying this is what is happening. I'm telling you that this is how it's going to be in the tribulation period. You will have money, you will have access, you will have every other thing, but once you don't have that mark, I don't know whether it's a card or it's going to be engraved on the forehead or on the right hand, but I know that Revelation 13, 16, 17 gave us a preview. That's what you're seeing today. You're seeing today. When you don't get it, you don't get a card. And they come and say, nobody will do business with you. You can't do business with nobody. The next one, they will tell you, when you show that card to a taxi driver, you will not enter. When you show it to a boss, you will not enter that bus. You will not get on that bus. When you show it at any place you're going to do a business, say you come to a radio station or government institution, you show that card, nobody will do business with you. I see you. Thank you ever so much. So the news is on at 6, and then at 6:50, CDC hour with Isiaka Sharif, and then at 8 tonight, Face the Issues with Teacher Light, Anthony at Law, A.B. William. You don't want to miss it. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. I'm Sam Andrews. Shalom.